Well, hello everybody. It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Welcome to the channel. Listen, today we have the face steamer, so don't fret. But if you're here, drop your city and state, and even let us know if you got your Trump money. Did you get your Trump money? Let us all know, because guess what? Your girl can't qualify for no Trump money. I made too much money, y'all. But what I can qualify for is some of those SBA loans. Okay, baby, living the dream. Now, today, many of you sent me via Instagram the president having all the truckers out at the White House. That's nice and all, but they ain't sent us no monies. Okay, send us some monies, truckers. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Come on in. Come on in. Did you get your Trump money? Come on and tell me if some of y'all got your Trump money, because I know some of you did. You don't be ashamed. I know you did. Now, part of why I'm doing this show is because y'all don't know the game that has been played. Oh yeah, SBA done ran out of money. They done run out of money. I'ma just tell y'all, your girl got some of that money. Okay, all right. Payroll protection. All right, now you know what I'm saying. Now look, why am I doing this show? Because I've been talking about for 3 years and consistently showing y'all results. Because see, here's the thing: people out here doing a lot of talking, but they ain't showing you no results, baby. They ain't showing you their life. They're not showing you their investments. They're not standing on top of trucks. They're not standing on top of roofs. They're not doing events and parties and traveling all over the United States. But yet they come to my videos and talk the smack. I'm sorry, Mr. Avatar with no name. I don't believe you're an investor. I don't believe you got money, because trust me, when you got some money, you love putting your face on stuff. As in, Trump has put his name on the checks, baby. On the checks. Don't that just comical? But listen here, listen. Why is this such a big deal? People are like, Erica, why are you talking about this right now? What are you talking about? Listen, the reason I'm talking about this is because May 1st, baby, we in there, okay? If you live here in Austin, Texas, or you live in Texas, you already see we out here. We out here living. I was gonna put my mask on to start the show, but I left them in the car. Okay, because everybody's out, right? Everybody's out here living their best lives. Now, I know some of y'all are mad. Now, listen, see, y'all didn't pay attention to what just happened. See, the argument back and forth in Congress, see, they don't argue when they're gonna give themselves a pay raise. They don't argue when it's disaster relief. They don't argue. See, they arguing over this because, see, they wanted it to be done by the states. Now, why do they want it to be done by the states? Because you got a lot of those blue states that want to make it seem like they're doing all this to help you. No, baby. That's Trump money. That's Trump money. That's a steamer. Steaming my face here. All right. So why is that important? Because we just want to remind people who like, that ain't my president. Well, is he your sugar daddy? He cut those checks, baby. Now, why am I bringing this up? It's a Friday. Y'all probably think I'm in here trolling. I really ain't. I really ain't trolling. You got to understand that right now, if you're going to notice the next couple of days, they're going to call him a tyrant, because he's going to recess Congress. He's going to adjourn them so he can put a bunch of appointments in the White House. Now, let me tell you, people have been complaining all year, man, you know, the crisis is so bad because all these people ain't working, and all these appointments inside the White House ain't full. That's why it's so bad. It's so bad, Erica. Well, guess what? Because y'all tripping, he gonna adjourn Congress and the House, and he's gonna start appointing people. And then you're really gonna be upset, because you're like, that's lifetime appointment. How did that person get that job? Because they won't make a vote on some of these people, and they have just opened it up. That's right, America's Life Alert, Burton. Beep, 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 beep. Listen, let me tell you something here. When we called it Obamacare, nobody cared. When we called it Obama phones, nobody cared. But now we calling it Trump money, Trump bucks. Y'all don't like it. They don't like it. Now listen, I'm just going to let you know that when I've been talking about funding your business course, when I've been talking about all these courses I've been having and trying to give y'all and telling y'all what the change is going to come, nobody cared. Now, if you're on my email list, you probably see it later tonight. I'm gonna probably do a Thursday madness, like, I don't know, 60% off everything. But that's if you're on the email list. If you're on the email list, it's no problem. Now, why am I doing this? Because I know people have been, oh, you know, if something was cheaper, I could do it. If it was this, listen, successful people don't make excuses. People who have their life in order, people who are going forward in a forward direction, they don't make excuses about, you know, when I get my credit right, Eric, I'm going to do this, or when I'm going to do it. It's never, your life never lines up. It just keeps moving and it keeps moving forward. That's all. And every time I read somebody's long email, you know, Eric, I really wish I could have gotten the course. I mean, if you just made it $150 for a couple more days, I would have got in it. And you know what I do? I send them a PayPal invoice. 3 people took me up on it. That's how I know you're full of crap, man. Everybody act like it's the situation that's preventing them from winning, but we all know that's not true. That's not true. It's not the situation. It's a decision you're making. Now, y'all play if you want to. Now, Trump done sent some of y'all cousins some money. Maybe they'll pay you back. But you see, SBA ran out of money. Now, what's the funny part is Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Anybody know what that is? Anybody? Put a 1 in the comments if you know what Ruth Chris Steakhouse is. Please put a 1 in the comments. I just want to make sure we all know what we talk about before I start talking about it. Ray Gun, you didn't get your money now. Listen, y'all gonna get that money though. Hey, Erica GA, no Trump money. Thank you, $2 super chat, Jason Dykes. Movie theater already predicted to open in July. Listen, if AMC can hold on to July, right down the street from where I live right now, they brand new state of the art I'm talking about put thousands of dollars into construction AMC theater. I drove over there by today because you know they said it was going bankrupt. And sure enough, they done took the posters down and everything. But AMC, if they know like I know, they better hold on. Because all these people going to come on out of the house about May 15th with their mask on and go to the movies. Listen, people are by nature routine and habit. Routine. And they're going to do routine stuff. I'm just messing with you, Nicole. So look, why is this important? Somebody said, Erica, the freight's down. Erica, the freight is down. Listen, I said, man, I went in all these little Facebook groups, which again, if you're in the ultimate rise of the 20%, we're going to talk about Facebook groups in there. We're going to talk about Facebook groups more in the YouTube group, because I'm showing you where all these people making all this money from Facebook groups. You go in there and everybody in there talking. And why is Facebook promoting Facebook groups so hard lately? Because it keeps you on Facebook longer. You know, everybody like, I'm sick of Facebook. I'm taking a 30-day break. Now everybody in there inside of a group doing something silly. Okay. Now, back to what I was saying. Ruth Chris Steakhouse took $20 million out of this bailout. Now, how did they get their money for everybody else? Okay. Crony capitalism. Okay. Now, part of why I'm bringing all this up is I've been telling y'all, get your money together, get your credit together, get your funding together. December 2018, December 2019, I did big old blockbuster, credit talk videos. And to this day, people are like, next week's paycheck, next month, this day, every excuse in the book why their credit ain't right. Every excuse in the book why they ain't started what they need to start. Listen, let me tell you something. There's no better time than now to do what you got to do. Now, after I get off this live, I'm going to go over for my rise of 20%ers, and we're going to talk about truck rentals, trailer rentals, actually. And again, people who ready to make moves, ready to do business things, they already doing it. I have people to me today like, oh, Eric, I ain't got my LLC yet. What are you waiting for? You already see people with LLCs that have company employees are getting money taken off of their student loans. So what does that tell you? A lot of these startups that have young guys with a lot of college debt left, but they got employees, they're getting that money forgiven. See, when people sit here and tell y'all do these LLCs and tell y'all to get y'all business in order, oh, everybody can't run a business, Erica. Everybody can't do this. And you're like, all right. All right, tell you, okay, all right. Uh-oh, what y'all got going on here? Ooh, you got a lot going on here. Uncle Trump, yeah, Uncle Trump. Listen, right now, people out here, acting like $1,200 ain't no money. These the same people complaining about $20 parking when it's at the club, $20 parking when it's downtown, paying $3 in the meter when they go park downtown Austin. Talking about $1,200 ain't nothing. Girl, bye. Who are you trying to convince? Me or you? My grandpa used to say, who are you trying to convince with that lie? Me or you? Because 9 times out of 10, if you're trying to convince me, I know you're lying. And I ain't asked you for it. Okay? Let's see what y'all got in here. Get your Trump check, y'all. If you can afford it, if that's your bracket. Listen, I'm not going to be out here shaming y'all. Because I ain't got to. Life will shame you for you. Some people out here parked in the bread line and the food lines, and people say in their comments, them some nice new cars. And everybody's like, don't shame them. Everybody needs a car to go to work. Does everybody need a 2018 truck? A 2018 Jeep Wrangler? 2018 Mercedes? Honey, your priorities are wrong. See, they don't want us to talk to you about your priorities. Like, I've even had people talk about me on other channels and say, oh, I used to watch Erica, but she be mean now. So because I don't kiss your ass and say, oh, it's okay. It's all right that you're making bad decisions and you won't improve your life. It's okay. Just keep watching these videos and bumping your gums in the comment section and never improve your life. See, unlike some of these people want to sell you snake oil on the internet, I actually want you to watch my channel and do something with your life. I actually want you to be inspired. I actually want you to go run those Facebook ads and run those YouTube ads and start those Shopify stores. I don't want you on the internet 3-4 years talking about, well, I was going to do this, but I'm glad I didn't do it. I was going to do this, but I'm glad I didn't do it. Like, I mean, what does that even matter? You have people talking about stuff they was going to do. See, listen, number one person you got to stay away from is somebody I was going to do this, but I didn't because of this. If that's their number one story, you got to stay away. Nah, the YouTube course ain't going to be 60% off. I know y'all wish it was, but not today. Big Willie. That Trump change. Listen, the voice tremble. Thank you, Erica. Thumbnail. Can I get a piece of a course? Yeah, can you get a piece of a course? Let me see. Jason Dykes, Uncle Trump. Thank you for $2 super chat. Yeah, people, listen. Like I told you, I live here in the state of Texas. I invest here. I live here. I'm going to have my babies here. I know what I'm talking about when I talk about my state. I traveled to Houston and Dallas all throughout this Rona. And I'm telling you what I saw firsthand with my eyeballs, not what my cousin told me on the internet, not what I read in a newspaper, not what I thought I heard. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. And I can tell you that people is out here. 80% of businesses was open. So Abbott's just releasing the pressure of people going, if you don't open the rest of the way and quit playing with me. Now you're here in Austin, but you go out past Georgetown, them little towns is open. Them little grocery stores is open. When I drove through Houston the other day, I told y'all, all of it was open. When you get outside of the city, and you in the county, the counties are like, y'all don't tell us what to do. And that's why I'm laughing that they can even think they're going to tell America on a national level what they're going to do. Boy, bye. These towns ain't playing with y'all. They're going to keep living. Charm City buyers, I don't smoke. I don't participate in those activities. I invest in CBD oils, but I don't take them. I am too bougie. Too bougie. Yeah. Pent up consumer demand. Listen, this is nothing but a Black Friday. If you look at these stores selling this toilet tissue and this paper towels and all this crazy mess, and like the dude at Walmart, there's a meme. It's like, I'm sick of y'all showing up to Walmart every day buying the same crap. People get into a hoarder mentality. They get into like a rabbit mentality of like, I better go get some more stuff. Where are you putting this stuff? Now, where my new house is being built, there's some Black people from New Orleans on the street, and they was having a barbecue the other day. And I'm like, y'all doing too much too soon. Chill out. Chill out, brothers and sisters. Chill. I mean, they were just like, we out here. So with the music playing loud too. We want our freedom. Yeah. Again, when it's a pandemic, you quarantine. A quarantine is when you quarantine the sick. If you and don't get in a battle with me on the internet. Go look these definitions up for what they really are. A quarantine is where you quarantine the sick. Prime example, mental health hospitals used to quarantine the sick of mind. And, you know, we released the sick of mind out in the streets. And so now you have homeless that have mental health issues everywhere. A quarantine is when you quarantine the sick or the, you know, feeble body is the nice word I'm going to use. There's a lot I could say, but I'm going to be respectful and not say. I mean, I talked about it with my trainer the other day. Every story I'm reading is people who have bad health, who are over 300 pounds, who have kidney transplants, who have bad internal systems, bad digestive systems, all kind of stuff going on. But we won't point that out because as Americans, we're like, don't you judge. Don't you judge up there. I'm like, okay, cool. You're going to see a spike in truckers after what Trump did? Oh, yeah. Because right now, you know, people act like, well, the trucking industry, you know, you're rotating truckers every time you turn around. That's the nature of the beast. If you own a coffee shop, you got people quitting all the time. If you own a restaurant, you got people quitting all the time. If you own a daycare, you got booty betties quitting all the time from the daycare. People act like they apply it to trucking like it's a magical unicorn. Well, yeah, trucking's rough because people quit all the time. Okay, and then you'll get another and you'll put them in a truck and you'll ride them down the road. It's no different. Go find a daycare owner. Go find a restaurant. You ask me how many people they ran through in a year. Trust me, I've been in those industries. I've been in apartment leasing. You run through about 10, 12 girls a year. It ain't no different. Listen, they saying masks are forced on people, but trust me, I was out today. Half people had masks on, half didn't. Again, Austin, anything Travis County does, William County will follow. So if you're in Round Rock, just whatever Austin news say, you're going to do it. The real thing y'all need to pay attention to is these kids is out of school. I promise you, and I've told you this repeatedly, and other people are repeating what I say because I know it's true. You're going to see where elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools are for people who are really, really poor and can't afford other types of education. Because the classroom sizes are going to be bigger and they were already at 30 or 40. So you're going to take your kid to a classroom of 50 people, or you're going to take your kid across town to the private school where he's got 10, 12 people in the class, or you're going to take your kid home to homeschool. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. This is just setting up for this second part of this 2020 to 2030, where you have this real true dynamic shift of how people really live, how middle class really live, how lower class really live, or as we say in America, working class really, really live. Again, this is you're going to be exposed to all this. See, I don't even know what day it is. It's Thursday. I don't know. I paid payroll. That's all I know. I don't know. They could be Friday, could be Thursday. I usually only use Facebook for Facebook groups, and then I get off. See? I'm telling you, Facebook groups, and I've been trying to teach people in my classes, like, use those Facebook groups to make you money. And I'm literally having people on staff who are just literally monitoring my Facebook groups. If you're in a new economy, you're going to have to be flexible. Man, you should have been flexible 3 years ago, but this is very true. Get in, you will not be disappointed. My mask will be on indefinitely. Definitely to protect yourself. This is the reason I steam my face is I'm from the Carolinas. Now, I lived in Alaska for a long time, but I was in the Carolinas, and we have a lot of humidity and moisture in the air. When I lived in Georgia, I lived in Alabama, Birmingham. I actually lived in Hoover. And then I lived in Maryland. I lived in Andarule, Maryland. I know somebody gonna tell me I'm saying it wrong, but it's the Anda and the Ruda, whatever, mill, whatever. I stayed there for a while. And my thing is I live in Texas and the air is dry. And so you have people out here coughing and everybody's freaking out. They're coughing because it's dry out here. See, and when I'm from the East Coast, people's faces look better because they got moisture in the air. Out here, people looking like dry old leather, and I just can't have that for my life. Do you see what I'm saying? Charm City buyers, no, I don't do credit repair. I sold that part of the company and went on by my life, girl. Whew, thank you, Jesus. But I bring on Credit Irene, and I bring on many other people into the Ultimate Rise of the Class who do credit repair, who do help y'all get them monies. So, you know, Leslie, you should be inside the class. Daddy Trump coming around for y'all. Yeah, there's a meetup, Ray, for some people who are trying to get in the trailer rental business. America needs to get it back to work soon, otherwise it will affect everyone's business. Oh, trust. So every time I see long food lines, I call BS. Tell me who don't want food, and free food at that. I mean, I know it sounds terrible. Every time somebody shows me a food line, immediately you're telling me you have bad management of your home. And I'm from the South. We all have deep freezers. I even here in Texas, if you don't have rice and beans at your house and some meats in the deep freezer and the refrigerator, something don't sound right to me. And so again, I've worked at food banks here with the Catholic charities. And a lot of times the people that came to pick up food at Catholic charities were pretty much overweight. Like I'm talking about 600-pound life. So I don't know what was going on with them. That's not my business. Maybe they were doing it to, feed the children. But I can tell you, I've worked at Catholic charities here. I volunteered, didn't work, at least you myself. United Way, I've always volunteered, no matter the city I was in, to make sure, I did my part to give back, kind of thing. And honestly, who do you meet that volunteers? Wealthy men, wealthy moms, that stay-at-home moms. And people's like, oh, that's not true, Erica. Trust me, who has time in the middle of the day with no rush to volunteer? Usually the wealthy. Who has time in weird holidays? Usually the wealthy. Well, thank you, Andre. Forward. Yeah, I mean, Mercedes, baby. You got to rebuke these. I mean, listen, Thomas, here's the thing. People love coming on here, no face, no real name, some avatar. Oh, you arrogant, you arrogant. Yeah, I'm arrogant because I've had a business for 7 years and I've been taking care of myself for 7 years. I've been making over 6 figures. I have employees. I put black men to actual work, not just some of my lips talking, but actual have black men working for me. And also white men. Yeah, I am cocky because I provide service and I actually service the community and pay lots of taxes. So yeah, I'm arrogant because I actually have results. And you would actually show your face and your avatar on your LinkedIn if you had some too. But that's just me. That's just me. And somebody was like, Erica, you don't have to act like a know-it-all. No, I don't act like a know-it-all. I literally present you facts and articles and newspaper articles of where I'm bringing up these sources. And then you don't like that. So you're like, you're a know-it-all. No. See, you would never tell a man that he was a know-it-all because you don't have the balls. A lot of you don't have balls. I mean, you have physical balls, but you don't have real balls, right? You say a lot of this stuff on the internet, but if I met you on the street, you'd be like, oh, hi, how are you doing? You're Erica Williams, my bad. You wouldn't do it because you don't have the balls. You talk a lot, but that's all you do. And you're out here on the internet. Listen, look at what some of these people are talking about. And I get it. Entertainment sells, but look at what some of your favorites are talking about right now. Just coonery and foolishness. Straight foolishness. Right? And that's what they spend their whole day on. You cannot have a life that's well put together focusing on foolishness. You cannot be a successful man focusing every day on bitterness. It don't go to well. It just don't. It don't serve you. They waiting on the postman. Michigan out there protesting. And the first thing is all the black people like, oh, those the crazy hicks of Michigan. That don't, what they say don't matter. They're your neighbors. They're not crazy hicks. They're your neighbors in your state, and they're standing up against tyranny. Pay attention. Toilet tissue. That's right. Toilet tissue. 80% open, but food lines are 80 miles long. I mean, Genesis Green, if you come on here to argue with me and the poor are suffering, the poor. I bet you what, you follow some of those people with those Jeep Wranglers to their house and actually go see what's in their house, you'd be surprised. I know you guys are like, but there's bread lines, Erica. There's people who mismanage their house. Rice and beans and chicken don't cost that much. It's called mismanagement of funds. Google that. I'm from NOLA. Congratulations. Yeah, Walmart's been raking it up right now. Yes, I did look up the article on about 17 bodies found in New Jersey nursing home. Now, you guys have to understand who are the vulnerable in our society right now. Now, even the essential workers, the nurses, what we would call CNAs, somebody can correct me in the comments, but CNAs usually work at nursing homes. There's been a lot of theft, fraud, and corruption at the nursing homes because the nursing home systems usually get the SSI or Social Security check of many people who are living there full time. I'm trying to be very careful with my words. I don't be disrespectful. And so what you're going to see at a lot of nursing homes is people left people. Like they just left them and they didn't come to work because the government said it was a shutdown. And I know you're going to say, Erica, you can't blame the government for people not coming to work at the rest home. Yeah, you can. Trust me. If the buses aren't running, the Uber isn't running, the cars aren't running, you telling people to stay home, the lady or guy who has children, who honestly, she's only making $10 an hour, so she can't afford a babysitter, and she works at the nursing home as a CNA or an assistant, who was going to come to work? Who was coming to work? Even these community centers where these old folks are still have their own independent apartments, they were struggling because food and groceries weren't being delivered. So again, clockwork, I get what you're doing. I see you. Not today. What's funny is I went to go get burritos from Firebird today, and I had my mask on. And, you know, they have the little tape on the floor, 6 feet. This little Hispanic guy came right up to me like, hey, how you doing today? And his friend's like, back up. Back up. You in her space. And I started laughing. And then I realized, like, again, you're trying to train people to be afraid of each other. And it doesn't work. I mean, literally, he walked up right behind me and said, hey, and was talking to me. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, do you want something? I think you do, but you can't have it. All right, not today. Oh, I tell my trainer untruth every day. He see these videos sometimes. Vegas needs to open up ASAP. Man, here's the thing. This is opening up in May and June. Why? Because of football. Listen, the money that's made off TV, schools, colleges, off football. Yeah, there's coffee in there, but there may also be something else. Whew, and it's good. Oh, listen, what's scary is many people are walking around with undiagnosed issues. And that's what, and again, when you talk to people, most people will not go to the doctor if it's not an emergency, or they won't utilize the emergency room unless they're just sick. So you telling me all these people are getting the Rona? No, a lot of these people were sick, physically sick before that even came through their house. They were physically sick. Even the bus driver they showed in Detroit that died, I'm like, he was 300 pounds. He didn't even have a neck. Like, he was really overweight. Like, I'm sorry the man got sick, but he might have been having some high blood pressure or other issues. Got all my SBA paper, applied March 30th, 2020, early bird gets the worm. I did too. I saw it today. Listen, when I told y'all the vice president of the private equity firm called me, when I said something to Frost today, they were like, she called you at 6:45? I said, she sure did. They said, well, then, girl, you gonna get it. I see somebody gave me $99. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you. I'm about to read it. I'm going to go down there. Yep. Right now, I think it's going to be hard. Is there a link for tonight's class? Check the Facebook group or the emails. It's really only for people who are actually interested in renting. If you're not trying to put up money to do it tonight, ain't no point in me in class. So Kay Sullivan, Grant Cardone is just a attention whore. I mean, I don't even know how else to be nice about it anymore. He's just an attention whore. And then it's not even that. It's everybody who's commenting on what he's saying. Like, if Grant Cardone Googles himself right now, it's a bunch of nerdy, thin men. And I'm telling you, every bit of the videos I looked up, it's mostly like very thin 22-year-old men talking bad about him. And there's a few older men. Now, there's a millionaire that's here in Austin, and I'm going to meet him because he's a multimillionaire here in California and he's in Texas. But he lives here in Texas. I know the area he lives in. I know the properties he owns. He's the only one on the internet that I will listen to about Grant Cardone because he kind of knows what he's talking about. He's close to what he's saying, right? Because here's the end of the day. Anybody who's in type A properties and your tenants fall below a certain number, you already in trouble. Let's just be honest. The reason, like the complex I'm in right now is a luxury complex, and it has multiple ones built all around it that are luxury. The only reason the company owns all the other ones now is because this one sold to them because they were at 40% occupancy. You guys know when I was in my video in my other apartment in this same complex, it was empty. At night, I'd be scared because there's barely anybody in the parking lot. I'd be having a Lucy on my hip, like I'm nervous. Now it's full, but everybody I talk to is the same thing. Oh, I'm getting my house built around the corner. I'm about to leave. Oh, me too, girl. Me too. Yeah, okay. Like today, there's 5 people moving out. And I just stopped being nosy, talked to one of them. He's got a nice Mercedes Benz. Oh, yeah, my house in Lakeway got built. These are people who want to stay in an apartment. See, people try to sell you the ideal that everybody wants to stay in an apartment. If it was downtown, I'd agree, but it's not downtown. If you're going to pay this much money for an apartment, you might as well go get a house, be on the first floor, and have your own backyard for your kids. I mean, that's the stuff people don't understand. So there's only so much room in luxury rentals for that. So what Grant Cardone doing is not wrong. Holding a fund, withholding payments. Listen, and I'm gonna be this is nice as I'm gonna make it. Most people don't want to deal with unaccredited investors because they're a freaking headache. And I agree. I know firsthand. They're a headache. You'll have people who invest $100,000. You'll never hear from them. Never, for months. You'd be like, hey, did you check the group emails? Oh, no, I didn't. I'm busy. Somebody had put $2 in. Hey, where my money? Where my money? Hey. I mean, like every 2 minutes. And that's just the way it is. So when he opened up his funds to unaccredited investors and he told them he's going to pay them monthly, he knew that had to be a problem. Most standard funds, you get paid quarterly. There's one group I'm in, I get paid once a year in December. That's it. That's the standard. So you've built people up to expect a check every month. And now you're going to tell them you're going to pay them for 90 days? Most business owners are like, all right, 90 days, I get a check. Cool. Employees, 9-to-5ers, they're like, you got to pay me my money right now. JG Wentworth, give me my money right now. I mean, that's literally how people are because they do not understand patience. This is part of why when I train on systems, when I train on owning a business, it's different. There'll be weeks where you're eating the cost. And then you get paid at the end in a lump sum. And people don't understand that. People are like, nah, pay me my money every week. Because they associate, I went here for a couple hours a day. I better get paid this Friday. That's it. So that's the only thing going on Grant Cardone. He ain't bankrupt. Now, if you really want to push it, yeah, he is bankrupt. Like literally, if he had to if the bank called him on all his loans right now, oh boy might go to another country. Okay, he might go back to Sicily because he's Sicilian. I don't think many people realize that. Grant Cardone is not white. He's Sicilian. His mom and dad are Sicilian from New Orleans. And there's grandparents immigrated. So many people forget that part about Grant Cardone. So he ain't bankrupt. My rule of thumb, and most people, if your company can still produce income, I mean, again, prime example, Toys R Us wasn't bankrupt. It was the loan that Toys R Us had to pay. And when they were like, we will not give you grace on this loan, Toys R Us was making, I think, was it $500 million a year? Almost $500 million a year. They only needed like $200 million to run the stores. So they were in the positive. But Bain Capital, I'm just giving an example. Bain Capital was like, nah, you got to pay us all our money. There'll be no breaks on your rent. There'll be no breaks on your payments. Again, the world operates in net 30s. It's just people who are employees can't operate like that. They can't live. Again, when people talk to me about bread lines, I go, look at their house. Go to their house. Tell me their house is empty. You got to show me their cabinets. Come on. Miss me with that. I own a construction company and a bakery, and people quit all the time. My sister have nurses with college degrees that quit all the time. Bringing clarity to confusion. Thank you. And that's a great handle. And I hope you're growing your YouTube channel and growing like a workbook out of that. Let me repeat that. Everybody says, oh, trucking's so bad. People quit all the time. That's every business. People are flaky. If someone's trying to convince you trucking's so bad because people quit, again, construction, People quit after Friday. They get their check. They don't show back up next week. People quit on roofing jobs. People quit in plumbing. People quit at restaurants. People quit every day. That's just what people do. I don't know who told you this. This gets back to like people who are really in business and people who are out here in the real world and know how business is run. That's all I'm saying. Like people quit every day. That's not like I had already prepared myself and all my staff because I bought computers for each staff member. Okay, here's the policy. You want to quit, put that laptop back in here. If it ain't in here, I'm gonna put you down for threat theft because the laptop's just enough to get you on a misdemeanor. You dig what I'm saying? Don't play with your girl. I'll file you. I'll go ahead and get a misdemeanor on your ass. Okay. Alcohol sales are up. Yep. Yeah, some schools are going to transition. New Orleans just finally got what is it? Like 10,000 laptops again. But you got to figure out, do these kids even have internet access? Come on. Thank you, M. Jim, for the $99 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Listen, every dollar, every dime you guys put in here. Listen, the reason I'm like, hey, thank you for your money, because when you pay for something, you appreciate it. That's all. No more front, and it's about to be unveiled. Yeah. Look, get that money as soon as the governor says so. That's all it was, Trent Davis. They wanted the states to have control, because you have places like Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. They got issues. Okay. You got places like Wisconsin, got issues. Their states wanted to be in control of how they get that money. Now, Wisconsin governor about to get a Democratic woman about to get that. She about to get that grand jury. She better stop playing. That's right. I only use Facebook groups for specific topics I'm interested in and ignore most of my feed. Listen, do you know how many people I put on snooze today? I just went through, and if it was ignorant, if it was twerking, if it was something stupid, snooze, snooze, snooze. Like the snooze button is the best. And I know there's people snoozing me right now. And I'm like, because all I post is get your economics right. Start a business. Grow your life. See, when you win too much, you wear people out. When you win all the time, people are so sick of that. They sick of it. I really want to buy a little plane just to be an asshole. I really do. Oh, no. I don't have this. Literally wets my nostrils pretty quickly. Profit wages is probably from me running outside today with my trainer. And also, I've been drinking alcohol yesterday. So my nose is a little bit like, I ain't really got no thoughts on Waco. Waco is a whole beast in itself. They do be looking like dry old leather. Yes, Maryland, under rule, and any rule, I don't know how I'm supposed to say it. Arundel, Maryland. That's where I was at. Too many kids running around, none of them trying to keep an education. You know, they're not. Again, structure and discipline starts in the home. You can look at these kids and see that there ain't no structure or discipline at home. They eating at the couch. They eat their meals in front of the TV. Listen, old school. Exactly. This is not new. It's just this strain is new. Texas has parts of it that's dry, like Colorado. Yeah. Now, if you in Houston, oh my God, Houston is like South Carolina's underwear. It's horrible sometimes. I mean, I remember I was driving down and I had my hair out, windows down. And as I left Austin, as I was getting to Houston, my hair started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And my friend's like, do you want to roll the window up? It's making your hair big. I'm like, no, it's the humidity, baby. He was dumb, but he was so sweet. Anyway. I know I need to get my affiliate link for this. Mindship, and I'm telling you, every man I've seen do a video on Grant Cardone looks like he is hungry. He lives in a studio and he's trying to sell me some kind of MLM. I just can't. I can't. Rice, beans, canned tuna on deck. I don't understand. I know what you're talking about. You said they're overweight because they keep snacking on cheap quality food. Yeah. That's right. That's right. All right, Big B. Class got me taking new risk. Hey, listen, here's the thing. And the best way to say this is partnerships and private money has been the way to go for years. And part of why I even did the trucking thing is because I saw so many people that looked like me that were in trucking, but they were not in positions of power. They're just a driver. They don't own no trucks. They don't own any dispatching. They don't own any brokers. They don't talk to shippers. There is a $800 billion industry where we're in it, but we're in it at the bottom of the totem pole. And that's why you see so many guys like, I'm a quit. Okay, you quit and you won for today, but you didn't win for the week. You didn't win for next week. Now you got to go apply and beg somebody else for a job. I got a guy trying to quit on me right now. And we're purposely making him drive way out of the damn way so that we're like, on your way back in, you want to quit? Cool. We're going to send you to California first. And then on your way back from California, you want to quit? Because see, this is how I know people do. They'll quit and they'll get a rental car and go home and try to leave your truck. And what you do is you put abandonment on on their CDLs, okay, and on the MVR record. No other company wants to hire them because they know this person will abandon a truck. Not a good look, bro. Not a good look. So he knows that I ain't playing. Of all people, he know I ain't playing. So he gonna do this road, and on his way back, if he quit, I'm gonna be like, okay, you good? Get you a rental car, drive yourself home. I'm always hiring, and I'm always treating people with the utmost respect. Yeah, they want me to be timid and kiss their butt. I ain't got time for that. Thank you. Thank you, G. Kelly. Oh, everybody's got haters, you know. Anybody that wants to do something or stand out, yeah. You know, when I'm sitting here pouring out thousands of dollars a week, listen, and somebody's like, yeah, I know more than you. Show me. Show me the results. Show me where you're paying out thousands of dollars a week to staff and business and expenses and repairs. You can't. So miss me with that. Toilet tissue. That's right, y'all. I say it how I want. Listen, do you know how many times I heard about Cardi B and women I mean, there was this kid that was 17 years old. And I'm not making fun of Cornel West, but that's who I can remember on Facebook. The kid's 17 years old in a house that like he lived with his parents with a dirty back bedroom. How come women can't admit when they lose a good man? And everybody's comment is like, kid, you're 16. Are you talking about a girl that's 15? Man, if you don't go sit down, but they're doing it because that's what gets attention. That's what get eyeballs. Talking about old topics. When I see any man over 35 to 45 talking about topics like that, I'm like, brother, you ain't figured it out yet. You better get you one to go sit down. Listen, you know what? How about this? Somebody wants to keep complaining about Texas. I'm going to go ahead and hide you from the channel. Have a great life. Goodbye. Thanks. I don't have time for it. See, what you want is attention, Otis. And the show ain't about you. When you bring me some newspaper articles, then we can talk about it. See, you talk about everything but Texas. Miss me with that. Yep, you're not lying. My cousin said the same thing. I used to work as a nurse, and most of the time the CNA caregivers are the one doing it, aka stealing. HEB is racking. HEB is making a killing right now. Herman Butts family is living their best life. I found out the other Butts family is in Alabama, and now they own a lot of Butts farms and Butt trucking. My home health care aide for my husband at home, I pay her $20 an hour out of my pocket. And you know she's showing up every day for that cash. Exactly. It's like I know a lady who cleans houses, and she just does it like clockwork. She'll just pick up the phone and call, see who needs to have the house clean. She know how to inspect it. Nah, urban, her logic. I know people want me to give a lot of business away for free here on YouTube, and I get it. I really do, but I would be disrespecting myself and cheating myself. I try to talk about trucks as much as possible. I try to talk business as much as possible. I've given away courses for pennies on the dollar. Like tonight, I'm giving away for 60%. And there'll still be people like, oh, I couldn't buy a tax lien course. It was too expensive. I mean, come on. You ain't trying to buy no taxes in. If you ain't got no money to learn how to do something, again, these are things where people are making excuses. So again, if you want to learn about trucking or you want to learn about stuff, join one of the courses. Like there's more, like literally the rise of the 20% course is supposed to be a $7,000 course. And I made it for 150 for a week and people still complained. So again, you can only help people so far. They got to help themselves. If you're serious about wanting to know about it and learn about it, hop in those courses. That cup got some coffee in it. That's what I'm gonna say. I suspect that some in the chat just replaced the word uppity with arrogant. Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure. He didn't even have no neck, y'all. I'm telling you, I saw that picture of the man. I'm like, that man needed he probably had other issues. People look healthy on the end. Yep, that's true. I've seen people who are like, oh, bodybuilders are getting sick and nurses are getting sick. Y'all, stress, cortisone levels, you don't know what that person's eating. I watched this guy channel the other day, a keto diet, and his wife is trying to convince him to eat more vegetables. He's like, no, I'm following his keto diet. And he got sick. So now he's eating vegetables. That's what I was watching on his YouTube. I was like, that's stupid. Your insides are probably crying right now. Queen of credit. Who is that? Hospitals are getting $13,000 to diagnose deaths as COVID. Oh, I believe it. Every bit of it. The college football commissions had a meeting with the White House this week about opening up. You already know. You're either going to go to football games and wear a mask, or you're going to have to sign some paper saying you want school to school. Hospitals are empty. Yeah, they real empty. People trying to. New York is not the whole country. And I know people came here talking about, Erica, how dare you talk about New York? You can't open up the country without New York. Listen, Linda. We all know New York is a dirty cesspool that we have to operate with. But don't try to act like, y'all, the country won't keep going. Grant Cardone is an excellent salesman. See, let's get back to the real world. Salesman. He's selling people on dreams and hopes. Here's the thing. I don't think the government has to force businesses to open up to the government. I think right now what you have is I've seen a lot of liquor and distilleries and wineries converting some of the stuff they have to make hand sanitizer. And then the federal government's like, hey, what are you doing? They're like, we're making hand sanitizer. You said you're short. And the government's like, oh, well, y'all, I mean, there's an independent spirit. And thank you for who dropped that $40 super chat. There's an independent spirit with America. And I think everybody's like, how come America just won't do like everybody else? Because we're America. Because your grandparents came here and your great-grandparents came here, so they didn't have to be like everybody else. So they could actually do something. Yeah, UK is having football, rugby, Spain. Factoring applies to there's factoring for almost every company. It's called cash, merchant advance, or invoice factoring. Super chat some of these questions. Y'all be asking some hardcore questions. Grant Cardone has a twin brother, and the twin brother actually looks better than him. He just looks healthier, and his voice is safe. Grant Cardone then yelled his voice out. Yes, depending on money is a symptom of low impulse control. Listen, I know people right now. I'm telling y'all think I'm joking. I had to make 3 drivers get bank accounts. Grown men, almost 40 years old, 38, 39 years old. Like, nah. I mean, just Cash App it to me. Just Walmart it to me. Just a Western Union. We're not leaving our office every week to Western Union you a check. If you don't get your ass together, all the way together, this is stupid. Stop it. Oh yeah, they did. There's no way they read the actual Grant Cardone fine print of where he was like getting a lot of percentages. I mean, like when people kept asking me, I was like, see y'all, here's the thing. If I'm gonna lose my money, I'm gonna lose it myself. If I'm gonna invest money, not only am I trying to invest it myself, but what am I? And any investor in my group knows this. I literally give thousands that I rather lose than you lose, because your name is worth gold. You know, it's not just a Bible verse; it's a real thing. Your name is worth gold. If somebody comes out here and say you cheated somebody or you did somebody wrong, I don't bother with those people, right? Like I know somebody right now who's famous and they stole 70K from somebody, and I never bring it up. And people are like, oh, you always talk about scammers. I don't have to, because I don't want my name to be besmirched. I work hard every day and I make sure my employees work hard so that nothing ever falls through the cracks, because your name is worth gold. And that's the thing. Grant Cardone thinks it's funny, but your name is worth gold. Your name is worth gold. I quit every 5 years and take a year off. Girl, live your dream. Yeah. The internet is a utility at this point. You know, here's the thing. People are like, oh, you're being blunt, you're being this, you're being. Yeah, I'm just telling the truth. Listen, there's levels to this that I'm not a sale. I don't have to sell you on consistency and success. That's what this channel is. You've seen what's happened in my life in 5 years. I mean, again, private money right now. I had like 10 or 12 people try to give me money. And I was like, no, I don't need your money. Not because I was disrespecting them in any way, but like, I don't need it. Like, I only want to use it for utility of creating good businesses and action-based, asset-based transactions. And so when you have people out here doing bad business, it just shocks me. And here's the thing. I've seen people who, some young man will put on a suit and people be like, he's so smart. He know everything. I'm gonna give him all my money. I'm like, nah, I'm good. If you're gonna lose your money, lose it yourself. Educate yourself. Actually take risks. Most people don't want to hear about taking control of their situation. They just don't. They don't want to hear, it's fixable, right? I'm gonna say this, and this is not to be disrespectful. This guy was saying, if you're a man, you don't got hair, weave, all this stuff. You're just ugly if you're ugly, right? And he kind of laughed. He said the only thing you can do is work on yourself, is be physically fit, muscular, or make money. He's like, women, all the stuff they got going on is fixable. They can fix their hair, they can fix their weight, they can fix this. And it was funny, and I laughed because that's just life in general, though. I mean, Diamond Dave on Facebook, if you follow him, he literally said, everybody wants to look good. That's average. Everybody gets up, brushes their teeth in the morning, tries to wash their face, comb their hair, put some lipstick on, put some clothes on their body to do what? Look good. That's average. Now, if you're ugly, you're ugly, but that's average. So what is above average? Above average is the fitness YouTuber you see. Above average is some of the stuff you guys are seeing on the internet. Above average is people who are actually doing things with their life. So, I'm using the whole thing about Trump bucks to get on people's nerves, but I want you to really think about it. This country's going to open back up, and the repo is coming. The repo industry, go Google this. Don't take my word on it. The repo industry got $124 billion. What does that tell you what's about to happen? If they got $124 billion and new regulations so they don't break the rules, what does that mean gonna happen, y'all? Pay attention. Yep. I'm not a Virgo. No, I'm a Pisces. I had to super chat South Carolina's underwear. It did. I mean, Houston is hot and sweaty like South Carolina's underwear. I'm serious. You want to quit? Go to Alaska first. That's right. I have my own dispatcher in my office. I hired two. Well, I actually have three, but if I could have a personal driver, honey, I'd be so delighted. If y'all don't even know. You don't even know. I've never been trading Forex. You have the wrong channel, Parkway Private. Now, options, but we'll talk more about that another time. 349 billion small business loan is now out of money. Yeah, it's out of money. Thank you, Mr. G, for the $40 super chat. Keep spreading the message, Erica. Become essential, folks. It's the truth. It's the truth. There's people right now who have been messaging me, and if I could just do a B-roll of testimonials, I could. If I'm gonna send them to Aaron Miller, AM1, to see if he can do it. But literally, people have been buying Kamoy's class for tech writer. People have been buying other classes, Chris Johnson's class, and applying to tech jobs. I mean, in the middle of crisis, they're getting job offers in tech. In the middle of crisis, they're getting their own authorities. They're doing a lot of stuff. Now you're just spamming. So I'm going to put you in timeout. You're just spamming the comments. President about to open the economy and folks ain't trying to be. I'm telling you, folks that are spending it. Listen, there was an article in New York Times talking about people buying sex toys, TVs, games. They're going to learn. They're going to learn. That's all. Consequences. Your life is a table of your consequences, and no one wants to believe that. And America has somewhat of a safety net. Like when you see somebody homeless, this guy said this one time, and I thought about it, and I thought it was wrong, but I realized he was right. When you see someone homeless, you're talking about someone who has no family will take them in. They burn all the bridges with their friends. Their friends are like, I'm done with you, dude. They ain't got no ex-girlfriend they can convince. They can't even be homosexual and live with some woman. They done burn every bridge. They are now officially street homeless. And that is a table of consequences. Now, I know some people are going to say, Erica, I know this guy happened to the... Listen, every bit of that way, as you go down the community, service, family, friends, exes. I mean, I have an ex right now who a bad set of circumstances got him in a bad way. I almost sent him $1,000 the other day, y'all. Because I was like, you of all people, something's wrong. Because all the people you can talk to by now, and something that happened, reached out to me, is bad. And that's me with an ex 3 years ago. Well, actually 4. And I'm like, I would even help that person. So when you see someone who is, and I'm not just talking about homeless people, but I mean people who are in bad financial situations, they have burned through several layers of bridges. And also pride. Pride is preventing them from something. Keto diet is not supposed to be lifelong. You can eat vegetables on keto. He dumb. I can't even argue with it. When I be seeing people out here, I'd be like, okay. Why y'all keep coming here on this? Y'all wildin'. Okay, I'm gonna just keep timing y'all out. Y'all keep talking about Forex and other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the chat. We need middleman to millions, Erica. Thank you for the $10 super chat, LP. Listen, people buying all kind of inappropriate things with that money. Never burn any bridges. You never know who you are. I heard the divorces are on the uptick. Even in this situation, let me know that they were in a relationship for the wrong reason for the jump. Listen, if you see people in a divorce from this, that thing was over a long time ago. It's just money was keeping him there. Oh, hair, man, I'm gonna do that on a different video. Thank you for $4.99 chat T Davis. Can you seriously do an affiliate link for the steamer so I can buy when your skin is flawless? Thank you. I just don't want to be out here looking like leather, so I just steam my face. Cash App is terrible. Those truck drivers probably owe child support, so they want to involve bank accounts. One dude is wanted to be off grid, and I was like, all right, look, dude, I don't mind hiring dudes that are a little weird, but you own the grid because you driving and the truck is being tracked all day. What are you talking about? Listen, big money business. I cannot say what I want to say on that. I'm gonna let that stay in the comments. I ain't gonna say nothing. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and this is ugly, but I've seen. I tried to buy food for this homeless woman. She asked for the money instead. Yeah, a lot of them be living at they be living at motels for $30 a night. Again, I'm just saying. I do own a trucking company, Johnny Black. I have 12 trucks. Eight are running right now. Actually, 7 are running. One's in the shop. The rest we're getting new drivers for. But again, so I mean, I'm not gonna try to be here all night. There's 400 of y'all here. Yeah, he got a cell phone. I'm like, you on the grid? He exactly off the grid with a dot medical card and a state CDL. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to argue with the man. I just let it be because when people be telling you something, you be like, okay, maybe you don't understand what off the grid is, but okay, whatever. He been watching too many videos telling me he want the government tracking his money. Oh, okay. All right. Good luck, sir. Good luck in your life. Do I run out of Georgia? I've run out of everywhere. But I know people have been complaining about freight, and I'm like, there's freight. But yeah, so I mean, here's the gist of it. The economy has changed. A lot of people who want to do business, if they didn't start a business in all this or didn't pop up on their laptop and get their LLC, they didn't try to create something in this madness, they're probably not going to do it. It's just the truth. A lot of people will give you lots of answers. Oh, it's just not the right time. I've heard people say that for 5 years straight. And 5 years later, I'm looking at them like, when is going to be the right time? Right? So thanks, M. Jim, for the $100 super chat. Thank you, G-Man, for the $40 super chat. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, for real. I mean, I just want you to make that very clear. Like, if you want something done, this is the time to do it. If you want to partner with people, this is the best time than ever to do it. There ain't going to be no other better time. Only thing that happens in a boom and bust cycle, the boom and bust cycle is people who have money and have discipline will buy up stuff from people who are undisciplined and unfocused. Prince Diamond, listen, I could do a whole show on freight. I could do a whole show. If you somebody that want to go home every weekend, no. If you somebody just want to drive 40 minutes down the street and have a lot of freight, but Texas has crazy amounts of freight. Sassy Susie, I'd have to go. I think it's Flip USA is his channel. If I find it, I'll put it up here again. But yeah, I mean, I know all the exact places where I even know where he goes and does jujitsu. I ain't trying to be a stalker, but at the end of the day, like, if I want to meet him, I know I can meet him. Oh, I remember being in Baltimore, not Baltimore, when I was in Maryland. All their homeless people standing on the corner look clean cut, nice shoes, nice jackets. I'm like, baby, you need to go get a job. What you doing, baby? But pay attention. People are upset about this Trump thing. People are upset about him appointing people to Congress. All this stuff is gonna happen. Appointing people to these positions. These positions have been open. Like prime example, there's a position here in Texas. It's like railroad commissioner. It's been open empty for years, and people get in these positions easy when nobody's paying attention. I mean, nobody's laughing at beggars. Let's be very clear, M11-3D. No one's laughing. I just broke it down to you. Reason why they're there. They've burned through every bridge. And this kind of like nobody taught them how to be independent. Nah, man, stop that. Again, that people take the victimization internal. You're trying to explain something that can't be explained. You're trying to explain low impulse control and bad choices. Now, are some people there out of bad? I mean, like literally, there was a Vice where a guy was homeless for 10 years, and everybody was like, "You're a vet that's been homeless for 10 years." New York City bends over backwards to put vets in housing. Well, then he tells you, "Well, I also got in a fight here, and I did this and that." They start telling you the other stuff they did along the way. So I'm a big believer in second chances. I believe when I moved to Texas and didn't marry old boy, it was the best second chance of my life, and it's opened up doors that I never realized I would be here. And it's all about being consistent. So I'm a big believer in second chances. I'm a big believer in hard work. If you watch this channel, you know that's what I'm talking about. So for those of you, I hope you got your Trump check. I hope you're enjoying. For those of you in the ultimate rise up of the 20%, you already know we're about to get live in a little bit. And for those of you who are on the email list, take a look out for, I'm going to have a 60% off or something like that tonight. I can't remember the code. But you better get it while you can because it's going to end on, I think, on Saturday or Sunday. Alrighty, folks. Oh, geosite. I mean, I'm pretty sure it does. I think he was more on a carnivore diet, but he was saying it was keto because he looked like, even King Akar, no and yes. That's a question for a whole nother thing. So, but look, you guys, thank you for being here. Make sure you like the channel after you get out of here. And if you can, leave me a comment after the video renders. Again, anybody in any of my courses, if you give me a video testimonial, 15 to 30 seconds, I will definitely give you a consult call for 15 minutes. So think about it. Send it to my assistant. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.